Greetings and merry meet folks, Symbian here. On this video I want to talk about how to do an open-ended Halloween seance by Symbian Miller. Unlike a seance that is perhaps set up by a local psychic, this one, done by me as a craft witch, is set up within a proper witchcraft circle, loyally cast, consecrated, and sanctified, filtered with 5 rings of filter material, which are ring number 1, which is the 5th ring, which is furthest away from the circle, made of copper sulfate crystals, well known to be sensitive to spiritual energetics, and actually absorbs and glows with spiritual energy when approached by entities and spirits. The next element is sulfur, which is in the next ring, ring number 4, to further filter those that would attend at a lower vibration. The next one in, closer towards the center of the circle, is salt, ring number 3, to further filter out the lower vibrational entities and energies. Ring number 2 is made of silica sand. Even a good pool filter sand can be used for this. And it's to further add a barrier to the next lower vibrational entities and energies. And 5, the closest ring next to you and to your altar, a herbal ring, ring number 1, and it's the closest to you. It can be made out of herbs or another correspondence that you feel strongly about. It is the difference between the material domain and the spiritual domain, which on October 31st, Samhain, or Halloween, is the thinnest that it can be. My particular ritual this year is going to occur at 11:07 this month. Now, on to the method of divinations used to contact spirits and detect their contributions. I would use quite a few methods of divination for this, hence my Samhain altar would look kind of cluttered. I would use on the altar an amethyst crystal sphere or ball, a black scrying mirror, homemade, my amethyst pendulum, and a typical pendulum paper chart that you can find on the internet. 4th is an occult dark magic tarot style deck, and some form of oracle cards. Next, I would light minimal candles on the altar, as well as the 4 watchtower guardian quarters, or something referred to as the corners. I traditionally use old school names for the watchtowers. Guardians: east of air, which is Eurus, E-U-R-U-S, south, which is fire, which is Notus, N-O-T-U-S, west, as in water, is Zephyrios, Z-E-P-H-A-R-I-O-U-S, and finally north, which represents earth, and its particular spiritual name is Borealis, or sometimes Ophion. Now, these 4 watchtower ancient angels are from a race of giants that supposedly were cast down because they all preferred to own the rights of their particular quarters that they'd been assigned to, exclusively, instead of all 4 being managed by a deity alone. These fallen angels were from a race of beings called the Nephilim. I can't quite remember their national race of origin. It is either Greek or Old Roman. Anyway, they are somewhat brutally gentle. I classify them as gentle giants. But due to their size, a proper 12 feet high, they have certain amounts of naturally related ego. So a witch must interact with them firmly, with a kind of zero tolerance kind of attitude. They must be shown their proper respect, but commanded nonetheless. I would typically circle around the quarters, and invoke all of them 3 times, each time more intensely and more fiercely. My targets for the seance would be to contact at least 2 of my ancestors and ask only 2 questions, and then after their consideration, make a single request from each. Now, if I'm a lucky witch, I may get actual verbal and visual manifestations of the ancestors, but most time I would probably get the answers to my questions and requests via insight flashes, smells, scents, feelings on my arms and neck, temperature change in the air around me, flickering candles, high frequency whistles or tones, or an overactively electrical discharges going on in the air above the circle, sort of like a lightning storm. After communicating with them, I would wish them well on their continuing journey and gently release them to their current domain that they are residing within. I would then do the same for the Watchtower Guardians. But for both, before they retire, I would then ask if they will attend me the next time I invoke them. Finally, I would ground out the remaining energies within the circle that they brought with them, as well as my inherent energies that I have built. I do this by inserting my athame into the ground, tightly holding it with my transmitting hand, as I shove my receiving hand into the air to act like a lightning rod. The energy is attracted to my receiving hand, travels through my body, and that is dissipated into the ground. I maintain this until there is no excellent exceeding energy left inside the circle. I then take my foot and break the 5 rings of filters around the circle and douse all the candles. In my mind, I say, this seance and ritual has ended, and it is done. Then I immediately go and do something funny, or watch a comedy show on TV or cable, just to change my internal frequency and kind of bring me back to a grounding state. Well, brothers and sisters, that is how this Samhain will go this year for me. Maybe next year I might invoke the spirit of Queen Hagiel. She is a love-based entity goddess, and see how that goes. My name is Symbian. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and share. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be.